Can eight simple cities contain beauty, elegance, history, and art, all while transporting you back in time? Embark on this journey to discover the 8 most interesting Tuscan cities to visit in this amazing travel guide. This is the first of 3 parts. Art, culture, and history are just a few things Tuscany is famous for. This region is famous for not only these 3 things but much, much more. With its surface of just under 23,000 square kilometers, Tuscany is the ideal destination for a holiday filled with unique experiences, thanks to a great historical and artistic heritage. The theater of the great dynasties, from the Medici to the Lorraine, was the birthplace of renowned geniuses such as Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Galileo Galilei, Giacomo Puccini, and throughout the territory you can breathe the art and science of the great masters who made history. Each Tuscan city of art hosts works by renowned artists, museums with unique masterpieces, monuments, historical villas, cathedrals, and various sites recognized as UNESCO World Heritage Sites. And today, 8 of the most enchanting cities have been selected. People throughout the world have known Florence for its artistic treasures ranging from the Middle Ages to the Renaissance. A visit to the city includes work of incredible beauty. Some of the timeless masterpieces of Dante Alighieri's birthplace include Palazzo Vecchio and the Uffizi, the Duomo with Brunelleschi's dome, and the Accademia Gallery, which houses the David statue. In the Uffizi, one of the most important museums in the world, you can admire masterpieces by Michelangelo, Raphael, Leonardo da Vinci, Tiziano, Piero della Francesca, Tiepolo, Caravaggio, and many other world-famous artists, as well as ancient sculptures and tapestries from the Medici collections. The city of Pisa is renowned for the wonderful and iconic Leaning Tower, the most unique bell tower in the world, housed in the Piazza dei Miracoli. In the beautiful square, there are also cathedrals with statues and columns on the facade and the baptistry. You can climb the Leaning Tower and also visit the monumental cemetery, which houses ancient sarcophagi. To fully visit the city, continue to the Piazza delle Vettovaglie and on the Lung'Arno, where the Gothic-style Church of Santa Maria della Spina is located, as well as important museums such as the Sinopi and the National Museum of San Matteo. Near the station, there is an interesting mural by Kate Haring with bright colors that interprets the theme of peace. Siena, a city famous for the Palio, offers a particular example of medieval architecture that is still perfectly preserved today. To admire the city, we start from Piazza del Campo with the Torre del Mangia, the public building with the Civic Museum. The visit of the city continues with the Cathedral of Santa Maria Assunta in Romanesque Gothic style, with characteristic stripes facade in black and white marble, while inside it houses frescoes by Pinturicchio. Just behind the cathedral, you can also admire the baptismal font by Jacopo della Quercia and the baptistry of San Giovanni. Among the museums, the Pinacoteca Nazionale, with works by Duccio di Boninsegna, is worth a visit. An almost intact 16th century wall protects the city of Lucca with its historic Santa Umbella. Lucca is often defined as the city of 100 churches, and here you can certainly admire, among others, the Cathedral of Lucca in Piazza San Martino, but also the Basilica of San Frediano and the Church of San Michele in the homonymous square. Also not to be missed is Guinigi Tower, whose house has a garden right at the top, the Palazzo Ducale in Piazza Napoleone, and the elegant Villa Filungo for shopping. Arezzo is another beautiful art city in Tuscany, known for its Piazza Grande and for the splendid frescoes by Piero della Francesca. To visit the city, you can start from its historic center with the Piazza Grande to discover the birthplace of Francesco Petrarca, now the seat of the Petrarca Academy of Letters, Arts and Sciences. We then continue to admire the Church of San Francisco, where in the main chapel there are the frescoes of the stories of the True Cross by Piero della Francesca. The visit to Arezzo can continue with shopping and the local shops dedicated to Val di Chiana ceramics, wrought iron, San Sepolcro lace, or pieces of antiquity at the Antiques Fair every first weekend of the month. In Tuscany, great architectural works recall Renaissance grandeur, such as the Medici Fortress in Livorno. In fact, Medici themselves built the historic center of the city. To visit Livorno, you can start from Piazza Giuseppe Micheli with the statue of the Four Boars, one symbol of the city. The Venice district is very charismatic, crossed by navigable canals with the Church of Santa Caterina. Towards the sea, you can enjoy the panorama from the gorgeous view of the Mascagni Terrace, while on the promontory overlooking Livorno in the Montenero district, you can visit the sanctuary of the Madonna di Montenero with the ex-votos of pilgrims. Pistoia is an art-rich city in Tuscany, with an abundance of Romanesque monuments and Renaissance churches. The Piazza del Duomo in Pistoia houses the Cathedral of San Zeno, the baptistry of San Giovanni in Kirk, and the bell tower. The churches of Pistoia with the facade in two-tone marble are lovely, such as the churches of San Andrea, San Bartolomeo, San Pio Maggiore, and San Giovanni for Civita. Among the museums, the Palazzo Comunale and the Ancient Palace both contain important collections from Pistoia and are absolutely worth visiting. In addition, Pistoia is the home to the Palazzo Rospigliosi a Ripa del Sale, as well as several interesting museums such as the Clemente Rospigliosi, the New Diocesan, the Embroidery, and the Mariano Marini Foundation. In the historic center of Prato, enclosed in medieval walls, you can admire the Emperor's Castle with Swabian architecture and the Cathedral of Santo Stefano in Duomo Square with the external pulpit by Donatello and Michelozzo, where inside there are frescoes by Filippo Lippi. In the center of Prato, you can then visit the Museum of Palazzo Dattini and Palazzo Pretorio, the Basilica of Santa Maria delle Carceri by Giuliano da Sangallo, and the churches of San Francesco, San Domenico, Sant'Agostino, and Holy Spirit. Also worth a visit is the Texel Museum and the Museo dell'Opera dell'Uomo, with works by Filippo Lippi, Donatello, and Michelozzo. Contemporary art lovers will enjoy the Luigi Pezzi Center for Contemporary Art. Also not to be missed is the Fontana del Bacchino, the symbol of the city, and Piazza Mercatale, one of the largest medieval squares in all Europe. But does Tuscany finish there? Absolutely not. Tuscany is not only made up of large cities of art, but also of many small villages with ancient small ports or well-preserved city walls, medieval towers, and castles. The historic villages of Tuscany are also fascinating for their legends and the craft shops that preserve the knowledge of tradition. Throughout Tuscany, there are testimonies of the various civilizations that populated, from the Etruscan on the hill of Fiesole to Volterra with its tufa walls, and finds in its archaeological sites of the necropolis on the Livorno coast. The tower houses and protective medieval walls of San Gimignano and Monte Ruggini, the villages of Chianti and Valdoccia, and the castles of Casentino and Lunigiana are also very beautiful. Click the following video to watch the second part of this travel guide and immerse yourself in a world full of breathtaking views and Tuscan history.